Y'all, we live in difficult times. There's war, political unrest, the pandemic, poverty, families being torn, communities ripped by gun violence and people dying every day. Police, injustice, it's all bringing so much pain. But y'all, we can look inside our minds and we can understand who we are, become better, and do this thing like we've never done it before. But it all starts with our mental health, and I know we can do it. I believe in you because I believe in me, and I believe in us. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Therapy is Life. We will continue our discussion around the holiday blues. I ain't no Scrooge, so I won't be singing the holiday blues. And my name ain't Dola Mike, but I just want to get it right. Please sit back and enjoy the show because we're about to do it for you today. So let's get it going.
Okay.
That commentary I know is necessary. But geez, man, we're about to talk about some tough stuff that we might experience during the holiday blues. Grief, a very powerful emotion because it encompasses so much of all these different emotions that we might feel. We talk about it. We talk about the sadness. We talk about the anger. We talk about the shock, the denial, and the depression, and all these things that occur when we experience grief. During the holiday season, many of us will experience grief because we have lost loved ones that we cherish and we love. And this time of year, it will trigger our thoughts and our feelings around those losses. My sisters, what are y'all thoughts on grief during the holidays?
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. It's a quote that says, where there was great love, there'll be great grief. So I think that's real. It's real.
And it's tough to navigate, right?
Yeah.
So just even
Yeah.
being honest with yourself that you feeling something.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about it, very common, like as we said, it's very common to experience grief during this time of year because you remember the moments you shared with those loved ones, and maybe particularly the holiday moments that you shared.
Yeah,
for sure.
And they play out. So for somebody this year, it may be their first time having a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a Kwanzaa or another holiday without a particular loved one they really cherish.
Yeah.
And so now they find themselves having these deep, sad feelings and asking, what can I really do this year? Because when I think about this time of year, I think about that person I love. I think about the things we used to do together. It might have been wrapping gifts. It might have been, the breakfasts that we shared. That person may have been humorous. That person may have been the one that planned all the gifts and organized things. They planned the trips, and now they're not there to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And that can make it really, really difficult for people to try to navigate the season because they constantly being triggered. Do you think that when people are experiencing grief, that the people around them truly try or are doing a good job in general, are doing a good job to try to understand what people are going through? Or is there more of a movement toward, you know what, it's the holiday, enjoy yourself, don't think about it, move through it? What are y'all thinking?
Yeah, I think you said exactly what I was thinking too. So quickly try to rush through how they're feeling.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes you need to kind of sit in that and process it, right?
Yeah.
Really kind of get down to what is it that I'm feeling. So I think people try to rush through it too fast. And, as far as the people around them, it really all depends on what your support system is and what your network is. I think that sometimes people don't know what to say or don't know what to do. And so there is an inclination to like, look at this. Right. Look at this, it's the holidays, it's whatever, to try to encourage people to feel different. But the best thing we could do is, support people where they are.
Yeah.
And
what you say? Support people where they what?
Yeah. Meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was going to say, I think that, grief is different for everybody. you could have two sisters that have the same mother, but depending on our relationship, they're going to grieve and experience, that the mother's death differently, So I think that's important to realize that grief is different for everyone. It's no set. We go through that grieving cycle differently. There's no set way to do it.
Yeah, it's not something that experienced chronologically in some type of order. We do it in different ways, and that's important to understand. One thing I like to tell people when it comes to grief is own the fact that you can feel this way. Because oftentimes I feel like people feel bad that they feel grief. Like, I should just be over this by now. I shouldn't be thinking about this right now. And then, I remember saying to someone not so long ago, hey, you know what? You knew this person for 44 years. Now they're gone for a year and you expect to feel normal. No, you're gonna have them in your head, you're gonna have them in your heart, you're gonna see them, you're gonna feel them, you're gonna smell them, and that might go on for a long time.
Yes. And that's okay.
Yeah. And that's okay. You're not crazy.
Yeah, that's so real. And I think too, that's as far as coping and being able to manage, incorporating that into your, like, how you honor whoever it is you lost or what it is you lost. So, if it's like that, what you were talking about with the smelling, whatever you, smell, what you make, what y'all bake, what y'all, whatever, what you're used to doing. Wrap yourself in that.
Yeah, wrap yourself in that. Even your parents come and tell you stuff. They used to tell you, your parents or loved ones, they tell you stuff that in your mind, you hear their voice telling you, that's wrong. Stop doing that. That's okay. Yeah. That just means you have a deep recollection and recall of the things they used to say to you, and it's just coming out now.
That's so true. And I think too, especially I think this, all communities had this in different ways, but the act of storytelling, like passing that on, share those stories, like really, bask in that and share those stories of whatever it is your grandparent used to tell you, or your mom and daddy used to say. Share that with the kids.
Yeah, the old pictures, the old videos, movies, all those things from back in the day.
Yeah, gotcha. So over time, and depending on where people are in their own grief process, they can actually bring their losses into their current experiences, and it becomes a part of it. So they're recognizing their loss as they move forward and understand where they are in life right now. And so it's like it completes the circle in a way. It makes it more whole when we can evolve to that place. Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it does. I had a significant loss of my dad, and I feel that I'm able to support my clients through the loss of, parents. A lot of them kind of say what you said. Oh, I should be over this by now. I don't know why I feel like this. I'm like, here, I'm a testimony that this can go on for a while, and it's okay. It's okay. Give yourself some grace to feel the way you need to feel.
Right.
And it's okay. So I feel like I'm able to help my clients through that process.
That's good. That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to share or discuss in regards to grief and going through the process during the holiday?
Well, I think it's not just holiday times. I think it's all times. Birthdays, that person's birthday, just milestones you may have. So anniversary. Yeah. So I just agree with Kristen, what she said, just honoring that person, in whatever way that you feel is appropriate, still staying connected to them, looking at their items. And, I still look at like my dad's flag. He was a Vietnam vet. I still have that stuff like in my house, so just working through the process, knowing that person loves you and that they're there with you. Cause I still, feel that presence with me. So
I think that's good. And I would add too, as a supporter, right? You're somebody who doesn't understand the loss of a parent or the loss of or you have somebody who you're connected to who maybe the relationship doesn't seem like you should feel that way about a person, but allowing yourself to feel how you feel about whoever it is you love. But as a supporter of those people, asking like, what is it I can do, right? Can I do something for you? Saying, being honest about it. If you don't know what to say, just saying that, right? I'm not, I want to support you. I want to be here for you. And I don't know what you need.
Right. And go ahead. I'm sorry. You want to say, go ahead.
No, that's it.
No, I was going to say, we don't have to be Superman, Superwoman. Just be there. Just be there. And we have to also deal with, and I think one of the challenges is with the holidays, there is a cultural expectation for people to be happy. And because of that, sometimes we may push away and not be supportive of people because we don't want them to take our vibe or our feeling. Like now, and another part of that might also be, you know, we got our own stuff and we're afraid that they're gonna trigger us. Let's stay away from that. But on the other end, the person who's grieving, I don't want to make nobody else sad or down, and I should. You know how the should, I should feel good. I should feel happy, you know. So I'm gonna put on this makeup, emotional makeup, and I'm gonna act like I'm okay and I'm gonna smile, but really inside I'm hurting really bad and really need to. And you know, and I think in our culture we are really about feel good,
Yeah.
We want to go somewhere, we want to feel good, and just, you know, and not really deal with what's going on with us. That process. I heard you say earlier, sit with ourselves. That whole idea, that's so Eastern. That's not Western.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we want to get past the rush through it, laugh to keep from
Go get my favorite beverage, you know, get with my friends, you know, and everything, get that hookup and everything, and that I get that dopamine and that serotonin rush, and just be feeling good. And then one of these days you wake up, it's like you driving a car at real high speed. Okay, and then one day you hit some black ice, and now you spinning because that grief, you never dealt with it, you didn't address it, and now you crashed. And you're like, oh my Lord, what happened? My point is to emphasize the importance of us being able to be open and talk about our feelings of grief, because I think we have to be able to do that, and it's okay if we do that during the holiday season. And I think people have to be willing to be ears. Since we're talking about grief and be listening, I think, you know, I want to talk a little bit about the suicide rates, and I want to note that they tend to go down during the holidays, but after the holidays they tend to significantly increase, you know. And I'll say this, I think it's important that with grief and with suicide and other things people might be struggling with, that, you know, we try to be good listeners, because we can begin to understand things when we strive to be good listeners. And we say things like, how can I support you, versus why are you feeling like that?
Yeah, putting it on you. Help me understand. I think that goes, Justin and I are in the book club when we read What Happened to You. So just in that essence of like what happened, as opposed to what's wrong with you, like why are you acting like that, right? People that have things that are going on, so really listening to, you know, people's experience. And I think too, having an expectation, as I think it would be helpful if all of us could kind of have an expectation that with the, you know, tree and the, you know, whatever holiday you celebrate in whatever way, that you also kind of expect there to be some grief from yourself and for anybody else. Kind of, we set the expectation early that there may be something, and we can have an awareness or be more sensitive to people's experience as different symptoms arise.
Gotcha.
And I think the shift from saying what's wrong with you to what happened to you moves from a judgmental place to a place of grace. You know,
right, yeah, exactly.
And that your response is because of something that happened to you, and then you'll be able to kind of understand and be there and support that person, I think, a little bit better.
Exactly. Sounds good. You guys, I mean, y'all blowing it up. New Heights Counseling Center.
New Heights. Whoa.
Yeah. So how long have y'all had y'all center?
October 2020.
Yes, we're a pandemic babies.
Okay. That's what's up. You know, I'll be sending y'all some referrals. Okay.
Thank you.
Since y'all are therapists, let's look at some things that might help us be able to work through our holiday blues. Like we said, we ain't no Scrooge and we won't be singing the holiday blues. So what's some things we could do? So I'm gonna throw out a topic and you guys tell me. Number one, self-care.
Oh, setting boundaries, you know, as far as self-care, you know, while you're buying gifts for, you know, family, friends, kids, do something for yourself. If it's within your, you know, your means, you know, or go get a massage or a facial, you know, take some time for you.
Yeah. PTO along with taking time. Take some time off. Right. Don't end this year with 250 hours in your PTO bank. Yeah.
Oh God. That sounds like that sounds like a lot. I tell you, that sounds like a lot.
Take a day, you know, before or after, by yourself with your family, whatever. Take some time.
Yeah. You know what? I love what you guys are saying, and I like to add to that. Making sure that you go to your doctor on a regular basis, get your routine healthcare checks. Making sure you eat healthy. I know we're going to eat all kind of carbs and all kind of crazy stuff during the holiday, but that's not every day. Right. So make sure you get you some greens in, some fruits and vegetables and all those good things. A lot of water. Yeah. And get you some sleep.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Get you some sleep. And, I'm like one of those exercise warriors. I like to work out. So, I believe in that. But you got to get outside. You got to get inside, wherever. Try to exercise. It's so important. I like to always tell people this, that, that sitting for more than 45 minutes at any one given time is akin to smoking a cigarette. It's just not good for your health.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got to get on up, y'all. So those are some things. And, so I like to think about when I think of self-care, I can't emphasize that enough. I heard y'all talking about have a plan. And I kind of thought I heard that in what you guys were saying. What do you think about that?
Yeah, having a plan, I think, is definitely a key to success, right? Setting a budget. This is how much I'm going to spend. This is how much I'm not. Yeah. These are the days I'm going to cook on, and this is all I'm going to make. To make pies for the whole block. Yes, for the whole church.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You know what? I think it should be easy this year when it comes to budget. Because there ain't no money. Like everything, all the inflation, everything costs us so much. Like, it's real easy. Everybody's cupboards is bare. Like, did I just say everybody? No, I don't know that. But I mean, we live in some difficult times, so we shouldn't feel guilty about setting a budget and being real about that. This is all I got to spend. So
that's real. And then even piggybacking off of that too, being creative with your gift giving. Yeah. Right. So people like heartfelt stuff. Everything don't have to be, which we talked about social media, everything don't have to be no $2,000 bag or whatever. Yeah, make your holiday cards. Bust out your Cricut, get your glue sticks out, make some cards to send to people. Take some pictures at home with your ring light and your iPhone 72 and send it out to your friends. So, there are things that you can do, that you can plan out and that you can do at home.
I want to say what you say. Yeah, you can just put that stuff together and make it and everything.
Yeah.
It's nothing like something made by hand. And the people who really appreciate you are gonna see that and embrace it with as much love as if you went and spent a lot of money on something. But you know what? Those special gifts that are made by hand, sometimes people will remember them and they will keep them far longer than something that you bought them that was expensive.
Yeah. They don't wear out.
Yeah, they don't wear out. Yeah, because those kind of gifts are unique. Yeah, that's good. I heard you guys say earlier, you talked about saying no. And I like to tell people that no is a complete sentence. So you don't have to say anything else. No, What about controlling our intake of alcohol and other drugs?
Just be mindful.
Yeah.
Just be mindful. We can't say don't drink, but just be mindful of your limits. Say I'm only going to have 1 or 2 drinks or whatever your number is and stick to it, and don't let people pressure you into, shots.
Right.
Yeah, a party over here, a party over there.
Right.
And you the life of the party all the time. And then you can't go to work, can't do nothing else. Okay, all right. And you feel all groggy and humbug. All right, and you don't have to be around people that abused you. You don't have to be around those people.
Yeah, for sure.
I talked about that earlier and everything. What do you think is some messages that we talked about cognitive messages or beliefs that we might need to challenge about ourselves if we feel like we have to be doing all these things? What would you challenge your client to do to change some of those thinking areas, as we might call them, that I have to do all these things?
Yeah, I think starting affirmation. Right, we're big on affirmations, right? Knowing that I am enough as I am right in this moment.
Say you are enough in this moment.
Yeah. So speak over yourself. Say, set that up.
Let me stop. I get so excited when I hear that word.
Yeah, affirmations. I think is a good starting point.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The last thing, I really appreciate you, Jessica and Kristen, and all of this. I think it's important that we become better listeners, because we talked earlier about being in community and being people that have to work together. So we have to be good listeners. And if we're going to help each other get through these difficult times, we still dealing with the pandemic. There's still, people dying, every day from corona and other viruses and diseases every day. Of course, there's a lot of violence going on right now. People, losing it, and people's mental health it appears to be stressed out like it's never been before. So I know we need to have a sense of community, and the foundation of that, we need to be good listeners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good listeners. And if we with less judgments, criticisms, and condemnations. Yeah. And if we do that, I think it can help us all get through these difficult times, lower our chances of being a Scrooge and experiencing the holiday blues, and finding more peace and contentment in a very difficult time. Guys, have anything else you would like to add?
One thing, just, speaking of listening, everybody wants to be heard, right? So think of those things that you want for yourself. You want people to hear you. You want people to not judge you. You want people to just give you a fair chance and show you grace. So extend that to other people.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Man, y'all said it. I don't want to be rude, but she said it so cool. You listen, and listen some more. Maybe you'll be better understood, and they will too. And maybe if we work together, things will get a lot better. So if you want to get over your blues, try to listen to somebody a little bit more. Because in the end, you might find that you might be heard a whole lot more. That being said, like us, subscribe, add your comments in the discussion box, and we will see you in the next episode of Therapy is Life, where thinking, feeling, and experiencing well-being is what we do. Talk to y'all later.
Yay.